Hey folks, in this video, I want to talk to you about the differences between AC Hunter, the Community Edition, as well as AC Hunter, the Enterprise Edition. Now, one of the first obvious differences between the two is the Community Edition is free to use. You can just download it and go to town. The Enterprise Edition is a reasonably priced commercial tool, so you've got to pay to be able to use that. The functionality of the two is similar. A lot of the features are the same, but there are some features that are different from the Community Edition versus Enterprise. So let's kind of talk about those. One of the first differences is the number of supported sensors. The Community Edition can only have one Zeek sensor collecting information off your network, whereas the Enterprise Edition can have an unlimited number. And in fact, the site license supports that. So when you buy AC Hunter, if you need one sensor, if you need 50, it's the same price. There's no markup as you need to go in and add in additional features. All the features are there as part of the base price. Snapshots. So AC Hunter will monitor your network, and every day it will archive off that day's worth of information. So if you need to go through and look at data on your network 3 days ago, a week ago, a month ago, however long you decide to keep it for, you can do that with the Enterprise version. The Community Edition only does the rolling 24 hours. So after 24 hours, that data gets purged. If you need backups, the Enterprise Edition is the way to go. Limitation on datasets. With the Enterprise version, I can have an unlimited number of datasets. With the Community Edition, it's limited to 10. So you'll have that one rolling database, which is your most current 24 hours. And then you have 9 other databases you could have as well. That could be the default datasets that ship with the product. That could be Zeek logs that you've decided to manually import into the tool. You could do that as well. Either one will work for you. There's a reporting functionality in the Enterprise version. So if I'm looking at a connection pair and I want to be able to output that information to include it in some sort of threat hunting report, or if I want to, just document what's going on, that reporting function is available in Enterprise. It's not available in the Community Edition. Customizable menus. When I'm analyzing a connection pair, the IP addresses, the fully qualified domain names, they're clickable. And if I click on them, I have access to third-party research tools to go through and, see what that tool can tell me about this particular IP address of fully qualified domain name. So if I see a system connecting to an external IP, I may go to VirusTotal to see what VirusTotal knows about that external IP address, if it's, been known to act maliciously in the past or whatever. With the Enterprise Edition, I can customize those menus and add in additional features. So for example, let's say I'm running an internal SIM, right? I'm doing centralized log collection. I could add my SIM to the source IP address so that when I'm looking at a connection pair, I can click on that menu option, jump immediately into my SIM and have it filter on that source IP address so I can see the logs that are associated with that host. So that type of flexibility is there in the Enterprise version. It's not there in the Community Edition. Limitation on Safelist entries. So my Safelist entries are, I know that looks a little bit like a beacon or potential C2, but it's okay. There's a business need behind it. There's a limit of 50 entries with the Community Edition. That's usually enough to deal with the most common stuff most networks run into. Think about Linux repeatedly checking what time it is, or Windows looking for patches, or checking in with the Windows notification servers. 50 usually works out fairly well for that. The Enterprise version is unlimited because an enterprise might be in a position where they've got IoT devices reporting to a PCL on a very consistent basis. Okay, you might want to go in and create a Safelist entry for that. Safelist Sharing. With the Enterprise version, I can create safe lists on one system and push those safe list entries out to my others. So if I'm running multiple instances of AC Hunter, it's easy to go through and distribute those around. The Community Edition doesn't have that functionality, but it kind of doesn't need it because it's designed to be a standalone system only. LDAP support. With Enterprise, I can use LDAP for logging in. With the Community Edition, you maintain the account on that system. There's an alerting function with the Enterprise Edition. So what alerting does for me is with the Community Edition, I kind of have to check in every day and look at the interface to see, is anything changing with my systems? With the Enterprise Edition, that can go through and generate an alert to tell me that. So for example, I might get an alert sent to my SIM that says, hey, 192.168.1.50, that just increased in 50 points in score because there's a new beacon, or the deception module triggered because somebody logged into an account that's never supposed to get used. That way you can just monitor your SIM And when you see alerts, now you know you need to go pay attention to AC Hunter. With the community edition, you kind of have to look at it every day to see what's going on with your network. Scoring customization. So with enterprise, I can go in and I can change the way the product will go through and score certain events. For example, threat intel. By default, we'll assign 10 points to a system if it matches against one of your threat intel lists. With the enterprise version, I could tweak that if I want to. So imagine I'm a, super secret organization that has a very special threat intel list they use. They may want to go in and change that score from doing a 10-point increase to doing like a 100-point increase, just to make sure somebody pays attention and takes a look at what's going on. That customization is available with the enterprise version. It's not available with the community edition. Support. With the community edition, support is only available through the threat hunting Discord server. There's a specific channel for support for the community edition of AC Hunter. So any questions you have, that's the place to go to. Whereas commercial customers obviously have more options available. They can email the support email address. They can log into the portal and schedule a video conference. Hey, let's say I'm running into something that's problematic and I want to be able to do a screen share. I can go in, pick a date, time that's convenient for me, sign up for a video conference, and now I can get a support person on with me. They can see what's going on with my system. That'll help resolve things a whole lot quicker. That's available on the enterprise side. It's not available on the community edition side. So in a nutshell, that is the differences between the community edition and the enterprise edition. Hopefully you found this video useful.